Cool position to be in, you know. He wants to succeed. You know, he's obviously feeling like he's not getting the results he needs, and he's aligning himself with some up-and-coming stars. He's taking them under his wing, as he will, in the form of, you know, St. Chaos. St. Chaos, you know, they're New Zealand's favourite tag team, in my opinion, and I feel a lot of the fans. But they could still use some tutelage, and to be the protege of someone as experienced as Johnny King is going to do great service to their skills.
I will take nothing away from St. Chaos, but favourite tag teams, exaggeration on the border of complete bollocks.
Well, as it's always been said, Cardno, there's no accounting for taste.
The two circling again, King boot to the midsection, and look.
And there it is, that big right hand from the Samoan Silverback. There's one thing I've got to question Johnny King's wisdom in getting to a slugging match with Alexander.
Boot, that mule kick right to Alexander's midsection. Sunset flip from the second rope. Alexander rolls through, kept up by King. Beautiful roundhouse flying buzzsaw kick there on the side, the temple of King.
And again, it's that familiarity with their opponent, you know. Alexander, in the back of his mind, it's almost instinctual. He knows that, you know, in that situation, King's going to kip up. So why not kick him in the head?
So, ladies and gentlemen, you are in for this is a real wrestling clinic here tonight on IPW Ignition. These two of the best wrestlers in New Zealand, settling a feud that's lasted nearly a decade. And at the moment, King very much on the losing end.
That's right, as you say, Cardno, this has been building for a long, long time. When you're a tag team for as long as these two were, you become like brothers, you become like family, and there's a lot of, you know, as I can tell you personally, nobody fights more intensely and harder than two members of the same family.
And look, that's almost psychic. It's unbelievable work by Alexander. He knew exactly what King was going for, countered it, and sent King to the outside.
As I was saying, Cardno, it's just that instinct of knowing your opponent so well, being so familiar with their patterns and their movesets.
No. Oh, look at King covering up. Obviously thinking Alexander's going to launch himself over the top there with a plancha, but Alexander again outthinking King, and there's not many men who can do that.
Well, as we said before, you know, Johnny King, one of the most decorated champions in IPW history, three-time heavyweight New Zealand champion, NZPWI Invitational Grand champion, South Pacific champion. You know, the list goes on and on.
The truly frightening thing, Nate, is those titles in and of themselves, as impressive as they sound, don't sum up what an amazing wrestler King is. Then again, no words can sum up the power that Alexander has.
And let's not take anything away from Alexander, you know. He may not have had the heavyweight championship around his waist, but that's not to say he hasn't deserved it and he hasn't fought as hard enough. Some people might say Alexander's one of the best wrestlers to never hold that heavyweight championship.
Some people, myself included, and many times over the years I've thought that about Alexander. And you know, Alexander has such a strong sense of justice that at the end of the day, sometimes I wonder whether doing the right thing is more important to him than even, leg drop off the top of guillotine. Whether doing the right thing and fighting the right fight is more important to him than going for the belt at times. Maybe that's why. It's certainly not his ability, his strength, his ring work, his intellect.
Well, I can definitely tell you, since splitting from Smack Industries, those 2 or 3 years ago, there's definitely been a big change of heart in Alexander. And I definitely think this match has come from a direct result of the betrayal that Johnny King, implemented at Rival Turf. Alexander was the team captain. He extended the invitation to Johnny King to be part of Team IPW. Despite what they've all been through, he felt that Johnny King's skill and ability would serve IPW well. Johnny King stabbed him in the back. And Alexander feels betrayed of that, and that's what this match is all about. He's here for vengeance, he's here for payback. He wants vindication for what Johnny King did to him at Rival Turf.
Absolutely, and it's sometimes, the famous adage about the straw that breaks the camel's back. King and Alexander is coexisting relatively happily until that point. And that is what has really brought the issues to the fore. Alexander has King up, drops him face first, rolling over to the pin. Only two.
And it's not just Alexander that Johnny King betrayed. It was the whole of IPW. Until that point in the match, IPW was up 5 members to 2 in the inter-team battle match. PWE hit the ring, eliminated 2 members. Johnny King eliminated Alexander and then himself. And then A-Class was left to himself. IPW lost the match. So it's that betrayal of the company, as you said before, you know, PWE betraying IPW that's led to this match. That's led to that sense of betrayal from Alexander.
King, one of his patented moves, spinning Alexander out there from that sidewalk slam into a power bomb, and there's that kip up. And look at that! Look at the ill intention in the eyes of King. He has plans, and none of them are going to be pretty.
That's right, and this is smart play here from Johnny King. You know, Alexander's got that power edge on him, so he's grounding Alexander. He's wearing him down, making him carry Johnny King's weight as well as his own.
This process, smart play. Deoxygenating the blood somewhat, and again, if he goes for that King's Cobra hold, that'll be another. Everything he does is leading to something else. It's a meticulously planned strategy to bring down the Samoan Silverback. Buzzsaw kick right to the temple, echoing almost what Alexander had done to him earlier.
Well, again, a classic Johnny King move there, just that buzzsaw kick almost decapitating Alexander with just the speed and that whiplash effect from that kick. And again, just going straight back to wearing the man down. As you say, deoxygenating the blood, just getting the man to blow up.
The thing is, with a situation like this, said before in commentary, it's not so much the flow of blood to the brain as it is the general oxygenation of the flow around the entire body. And, you know, holds like this, brutally, simply effectively used by police everywhere around the world, used by armed forces, because it does the purpose. It knocks the person out. But Alexander's somehow still with the fight.
And let's not forget, this is not a chokehold. He's not stopping the man from breathing. He's just wearing down. He's just cutting off that blood flow and just slowing the man down.
Absolutely. In technical terms, a choke. We're getting very specific here. It's a carotid choke, but that hold legal in wrestling, like the sleeper hold used by so many famous proponents of the art. And the difference being, as you can see, Alexander is in the crook of King's arm, right in the elbow. And Alexander fighting out, elbows to the midsection, right to the breadbasket of King. King trying to cut it back, trying to get some more leverage with that height there.
And here we go, is what I was saying before, making Alexander carry King's weight as well. Oh, but it didn't pay off that time. Massive sidewalk slam there from Alexander.
A very unorthodox variation of it, but then again,
desperate times, Cardno, desperate times.
Absolutely, calling for the desperate measure, and that measure wasn't a desperate measure. You know, people would be very glad to come up with a move like that. Just pure instinct. Alexander just such damage on King.
But take a look at the ring now. Alexander's, he's still just as bad off as Johnny King is. They're both taking their time to get to their feet, to get some air back in their lungs, and this is just a slog him out, knock him down brawl now.
Slowly getting back to their feet, going toe-to-toe in the center of the ring, trading punches. And Alexander seemed to be staggering King a bit more, but...
And again, as I said before, I'm one of the biggest Johnny King fans around, but getting into a punching match with the best pure striker in IPW, I don't think it's the smartest thing to do.
Alexander might be the best, but I'll tell you what, King definitely not far behind. Kick to the midsection. King ties him up. Devastating inverted rolling swinging neck breaker there.
Johnny King pulling something new out for the fans here at IPW.
And that's the trick, of course, because Alexander knows his playbook so well. How do you beat someone like that? You go back and you come up with something completely new. And this not new. And that double jump moonsault.
That's right, this classic Johnny King there, and as we said before, Alexander just has the man so well scouted.
Spear! That is well over 100 kilograms of Samoan muscle bulldozing through King.
And here he is setting up for that. Oh, Johnny King managed to slip down the back.
Silencer blocked. Go behind, roll through. 2 count. And look, they're so these guys have been going, what, 10, 15 minutes, and they're still.
And again, it's just that familiarity. They just know exactly. Oh!
Silencer super kick seemed to catch Alexander flush in midair.
Oh, 2.5 there from referee Cameron Lazenby.
Just dribbling out of the last second there.
And that's just an instinctive kick out, you know. These guys have been wrestling for so long. You slam the mat next to them twice anytime, they'll instinctively kick out, even if they're asleep. And I think Alexander's just running on that pure instinct right now. He just got his clock cleaned with that massive super kick off that top row.
And Alexander, I can see in his eyes, he's lacking focus, as of course you'd expect. But still managing to block the suplex. What kind of superhuman strength is Alexander showing by doing this? Pile driver perhaps? Reversed. Duck onto the clothesline. Silencer a second time.
Oh no, but he managed to get the arms up on that one.
King heading up top. Alexander pushing him down, and King getting the crown jewels put on the top turnbuckle.
Alexander using that top rope position. Johnny King set up for the pile driver. And he manages to hit that massive pile driver right in the center of the ring.
This could be it. 1, 2, 3 count.
Alexander just taking out Johnny King with that massive pile driver, and it looks like after that back and forth battle, Alexander came better off and managed to pick up the 3 count.
This in no way makes up for the betrayal of King, but it brings Alexander back a little bit of honor, a little bit of justice, knowing that he decimated his former
Well, I think you've got it right there, Cardno. He may have picked up the win, but I don't think business has been quite settled here. I think there's going to be more to come between these two in future shows.